Welcome back to the Source Garage. It is a Friday evening now, and I'm beginning the Project V restoration. So this is going to be the first step. I'm going to be doing a full wash decontamination. So I got some Purple Power here, Trinova foam cannon. So I'm going to wash it down. I got a bucket full of some body wash and a whole bunch of mitts. I'm going to clay it and then do some rock chip touch-up is going to be the first steps I'm going to do tonight, so the clear coat can dry overnight. And then tomorrow I'll get to doing the actual full paint correction around the car. So that's the plan, and I'll get to it. So real quick, I was going to show you, I'm using a pretty cheap setup here. So this is the very basic Greenworks washer, or pressure washer. I got a RV water filter on here. And then using a Trinova foam cannon. I think this is like an MV295 pressure washer here with a hose I got off eBay. There's a $5 expandable 50-foot hose. So pretty simple setup, but I like Purple Power. It's not extremely foamy, but it's not some super light pH neutral. It's actually gonna help get all the grime and dirt off the car. So I'm gonna real quick get to wiping it down with all the bucket here with all the wash mitts I got. All right, so now I'm just gonna rinse it all down, then we'll dry it off. Again, using that filter to help get out some of the hard water I got here. All right, so now I've got the car in the garage here, dry it off. And so the next step's gonna be to clay it. And then once I've done that, then I can inspect everywhere for all the rock chips I'm gonna be looking to touch up tonight still. So I could have clayed it, right, while it was still covered in soap, right? The soap could be used as a lubricant and then clay the whole car down, but I wanted to dry it off and get it in here. and then take the camera here and go around the entire car and do kind of a like a this whole project, seeing what everything actually looks like. So I'll grab a light and see all the swirls, the scratches, all the stuff I know I've got to fix on here. And this is just kind of a post-operation look at the whole car. So that's what I'm going to do now. So start off with, you can see obviously how much swirls, marring, water spots there are in the paint. So I don't think this has ever been corrected by any means. So that'll be the whole project here, is getting this paint back to looking as good as new. And I know there's a lot of other things on here I have to deal with. Some missing paint in a bunch of locations. So like on the front bumper down here. I know there's a spot on the grill, I think it's like right there. Yeah, some missing paint. So that's what I'm going to be looking to touch up tonight. I'm going to sand all the headlights down and coat those in some new clear coat. These front fenders were painted black, or these fender vents. So I'm going to take these vents off and restore them to, what I'm hoping to do is just use the original chrome under here. It looks like somebody just painted these. So I'm going to take all the paint off, strip it off, and then polish this chrome. Try and get it back to original. Got to polish the trim all around the door. I ordered a chrome touch-up marker. You can see right there. The window on the door twice has not closed when I've gone to shut the door. The window's supposed to drop down on here. And the window stayed open, and of course on the front here ran right into this trim. So that's what those scuffs are. So I'm going to try and fix those as best I can. I know I've got another big missing paint spot, rock chip in the door there. The wheels have got some paint that's flaked off in a couple spots, so like that. I'm going to take the wheels off, and those will be their own whole separate project for the wheel cleaning testing I'm doing. Again, I can show you all the swirling going on here. So very poor condition of the paint. On the top here, it looks like a bunch of scratching. Yeah, this is going to need a lot of work. So that's after washing, so we'll have to see what that looks like after compounding everything. On the back here, take this badge off. I got to replace this V badge. As you can see, the red has cracked, so I'm going to take that off, replace it. Again, got to do the trim, the wheels, more paint flaking off on the bottom there, you can see. Now this fender vent is not flaking nearly as bad as the other one, but you can start to see it around some of the edges where it's coming off. And then this wheel that I dumbly drove into a curb has some nice curb rash on it, so that's going to be a special project to repair that. And I'll take the wheels off and do all the wheel wells too, calipers. I just replaced the rotors and brake pads on all the wheels. So I did the rears this spring and I did the fronts last fall. So that's all got to be done. Clean the engine bay. We get a full detail. Going to polish all the glass. Do the entire interior, leather, dash. Polish some of the piano black plastic that I hate so much that scratches and looks horrendous. So that's everything I'm going to be doing. So first step here is claying the whole thing. All right, so next thing I'm going to be doing here is I got the iron remover, so coat the whole car and let it sit for a minute and then rinse it off, and then we'll go on to claying from there. As you can see, the pressure washer setup isn't ideal, but it gets the job done for cheap. So now it's been washed, covered in iron remover. I let it sit for a couple minutes, and now I'm going to clay the entire car. So I'm gonna grab some clay lube. So I've got just some McKees universal clay lubricant and this nanoskin, this auto scrub with a little handle on the back. I really like this. And then I'll pressure wash it off occasionally as I go through here. Well, now I got it in the garage, I need to dry it off. So I got this towel from G-Tech Shine. So I'm gonna give it a shot here and see how it works. Yeah, see, it looks pretty good. I'll pull off the camera here. So this is the area I just wiped down. So you can see some light streaking versus the other side that hasn't been dried off yet. Let me make a second pass here. And it's just kind of pushing the water around now. Let me go over to the other side here. So it's doing a pretty decent job of getting up most of the water. Let me grab my Griot's PFM for comparison. So I'll put the Griot's on the hood here. And trying to do this one-handed isn't the easiest. This thing just sucks up the water. I mean, it is a bigger towel, but it's definitely made of different material. But I mean, you can see it didn't push the water around at all. It's just gone, pretty much. So I think the Griot's PFM is still my favorite to beat. Look at that. Just soaks it right up. All right, I'm gonna throw the camera back on. Yeah, the Griot's is just mopping it up. Let me grab the G-Tech again. Or not G-Tech, GT Shine. Oh, it's doing much better now. Maybe it just need to be a little more wet. Still pushes the water around a little bit. That's doing a pretty good job. It is a little small if I were to think of potentially doing a whole car with this. I'm not sure, especially if it was like a bigger SUV that could handle it. For my car here though, definitely doing a decent job. Wouldn't call it bad by any means. Yeah, in some of the spots, maybe it's where the towel's just really wet. It doesn't want to seem to suck it up and just kind of pushes it around. But it's not bad. Here, let me grab the camera here and I'll do the trunk where you can see it. So, real quick. Yeah, it's doing a good job. All right. So, car's dried off and inside. Next is I'm gonna grab some dinner, then start looking for rock chips.